Boom, we are live, ladies and gentlemen. It's Tea with the Arcane Bear. We're going to be talking really quickly about the FOMC meeting minutes that came out yesterday, a new Solana ETF that hit the streets, and just general market sentiment. So let's start with the Solana ETF. Volatility Shares LLC introduced a smaller ETF producing Solana and tracking its futures. This could be a step, I guess, paving the way towards a larger Solana ETF, as we've seen applications from BlackRock and Vanguard come out. This early approval could be that kind of first stepping stone. The next big news was the FOMC meeting. Obviously, the rates remained unchanged in this range of 4.25 to 4.5%. This had aligned with what a lot of the other people had thought was going on, or Polymarket specifically is a kind of a great way to track this if you haven't checked that out. And the pause reflects this ongoing balance to manage this market towards this 2% inflation. Again, just reminding you that when they aim for 2% inflation, it means over the course of 10 years, they're stealing 20% of your currency, so Bitcoin. But nonetheless, the biggest notable change was the quantitative tightening slowdown. They announced that they would reduce the pace of the Fed's balance sheet runoff starting April 1st with a monthly cap on Treasury securities to allow them to mature without reinvestment, to drop from 25 billion to 5 billion, and leaving mortgage-backed securities stable at 35 billion. Again, this is a move signaled a less restrictive monetary stance and adding more liquidity to the markets. This is generally positive for most risk assets. So we saw across the board crypto bounce, but remember, news is generally secondary. It looks like we were finding some type of intermediary bottom moving into the trading range that I went over in our previous video. I suspect that will continue for the next 200 days, maybe 100, 150 days, something like this. So no need to get too excited quite yet. But that dovish stance does mean that there's a potential for quantitative easing coming. Now, we won't know what does that, but getting closer to 0% interest rates would be a step in the right direction. It's pretty simple, I guess. Some of the time, the FOMC meeting always causes volatility in the markets, and today we've seen that. I think Bitcoin is at 86,000. Gold was at a new all-time high the last time I looked too. So it's clear that people are looking for more stability through commodities instead of just risk on assets. The stock market has bounced across the board. All the stock markets have bounced, but we had been down for the last week or two in a significant drop, almost 10% in the S&P 500. We went over all these visual ideas in the last video, but I just wanted to make a quick little update while I was outside without the computer gear because I didn't really have it set up. And then stay committed to my TO Talks every Tuesday and Thursday. So just a quick little video update. Leave your thoughts, your comments, your questions. I will be back next week with a deeper dive into the charts. The private group, I'm going to send an email out this week going over a bunch of cool charts that I found as well, and then I'll make videos about that in the following week. Stay with the Arcane Bear, and we'll see you guys again on the next episode.